Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this very channel and my other channels down there in the description box below. So leave a comment if you wish, like the video, subscribe on my channels, and also follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're real, if you're not, go fuck yourself. And drop. You don't know what to do. Just drop, if you know what I mean. But, in any case, share the video all over the internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that bell. You know how to treat it, and you know what to do with it. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, that's fucking too bad for you. Go fuck yourselves. You missed it? Too fucking bad. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on with that. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, on this Tuesday afternoon, kind of late Tuesday afternoon, the sun's gonna be going down in about 15 minutes or so. Not gonna get officially dark. It's about 6:15, 6:30. It's about a half hour, 45 minutes till we get to Tuesday night. And you know what that means. We got NXT Halloween Havoc Part 1 tonight. Got some good shit. We got this band, this lovely lady on my shirt, Ash Costello, and New Year's Day performing their new hit single, Vampire, tonight. Gonna be epic. Shotzi is going to be, once again, for the third year in a row, be the host of this great show. We got Becky Lynch defending her NXT Women's Championship against the lassie from Ireland, Layla Valkyria. Should be some good stuff. We also got, for the tag team titles, my legit cousin, Tony D and Stax, defending against Chase U of Mr. Chase and Duke Hudson. We'll probably have the cheerleaders, Thea Hale and JC Jane with them. Should be some good stuff. Don't know what else is on the show, but we should be some. Oh yeah, I think we got Robbie E. about to get murdered by Braun Breaker, who almost murdered Von Wagner. Von's trying to get back into focusing shape and basically rehabbing right now. So you might have his best buddy next to him in rehab. The way things are going with Braun, but we'll see what happens with that. And a lot more on NXT. I believe tonight we have a Weapons Wild match between Roxy and Roxanne Perez and Kiana James. That's a weapons match, so we'll see how brutal that is. I think we got the other spin the wheel, make the deal match, which is going to be a lights out match between Gigi Dolan and Blair Davenport. So we'll see what happens with that. We also got the semifinals in the women's breakout tournament. We got Kaylani Jordan, Ariana Grace, Lola Vice, and that new girl they got that replaced Jakarta Jackson, who sadly is out of action with a broken wrist. That sucks. And we also got that. And I believe we might have Ben Frazier, Nathan Frazier, against Dom Dom, possibly for the North American title, but we'll have to see what happens with that on night 1 of Halloween Havoc. We have night 2 of Halloween Havoc next week, which is Halloween. So Halloween night, how fitting it is, Halloween Havoc, night 2, Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes for the NXT World title in their third match. I would not be surprised if that's a spin the wheel, make the deal match. And see what else is on the show next week on the program for your Halloween episode. And that's pretty much it for that. So enjoy it tonight. Should be some good shit. And I will be back later tonight with your NXT review over on the Peter Joseph channel later on tonight. And we move on with that. Alright, hope you had a great day, everybody. Great Tuesday. Hope you had a taco. I mean, it's Taco Tuesday. I don't eat tacos, but, I don't like them at all anyway. But anyway, nice little crisp, cool day here in the Northeast. It was very nice. Gonna get up to near 80 degrees this week, and then by next weekend, whoop, way down. It's gonna be like 50 degrees by next Saturday. Holy shit. And we gotta turn the clocks back next Sunday for daylight savings time. So, by the time I'm talking to you, by this time next week, it'll be like 4:30, almost 5 o'clock before the sun goes down. So, that's not fun, but, that's how it is. So, Thanksgiving is coming, right around the corner. Christmas is coming, the greatest month in the world is coming, the end of the year is coming, thankfully, for some people. And, that's pretty much it for that. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great week ahead, and, we got a week left of October, and then we start November, so about a little over 2 months away from the end of the year. It's about 65, 67 days or so to the end of the year, end of 2023 and the start of 2024. So let's make the most of it. Take one day at a time, and by the time we blink, it'll be 2024. And hopefully it'll be a clean slate, a new year, fresh start, and hopefully it'll be a good year for you and a bad year for some other people. But we'll see what happens with that. But hopefully I had a good day, and I said I had a pretty decent day until a couple of hours ago, but I'm better now. Just had some, had a little anxiety attack, but I'm good now. I'm good now. And hopefully I have a good night and a great rest of the week. But we'll see what happens with that in the crazy world that I live in. But it's the way it is when you have to deal with depression and anxiety every freaking day, Sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day, sometimes you have a really bad day. But you make the most of it, and then, you always got to remember that the next day will most likely be much better. You got to have that mindset that, if you have a bad day, the next day will be better. Can't go through life, saying, I wake up in the morning and I'm going to have a bad day. No. You wake up in the morning, you thank God for waking you up, and you say to yourself, I'm going to have a good day. And hopefully it's good, but sometimes, shit happens. It's the way the world is. But we move on with that. Anyway, like I said, we got NXT tonight, so I'll talk about NXT later tonight on the Peter Joseph channel. But right now, thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph, a content creator talking about the world of professional wrestling, or whatever the hell I want to talk about on my channel. If you like it, great. If you don't, get out. Go fuck yourselves. And that's pretty much it. Just go do your own thing on your own boring as fuck dead channel. It is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. This is your first time watching, by the way. Welcome to the party, pal. I hope you enjoy the ride. And if you like what you see, great. Subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment if you wish. And if not, get off. Get off my channel and go do your own thing. And if you can't do that, then you got problems. And you need to get slapped around a little bit. Or go to a very dark place that you will not come out from. I'm just saying. Alright, enough about that bull, Funky. Alright. On this particular video, as a ton of blood says, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday Night Raw review for October the 23rd, 2023 from the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas. Yep. Scared them Cowboys that day. There were more Texas Rangers fans than Houston fans, which, we all know how Dallas and Houston hate each other. But, yeah, sadly, the Houston assholes got their assholes kicked last night by Texas, lost 11-4 in Game 7 of the ALCS. So, Texas goes to the World Series, I think, for the first time in a long time. So, Scherzer did what he should have done last year in the playoffs for the Mets. Didn't choke this time. but still. Didn't have a great performance, but still. Him and DeGrom are now in the World Series. DeGrom's second World Series. Scherzer's 6,000th, I don't even know. Don't even care. But, congrats to Texas. Who knew that Texas was going to be so good? I mean, when they got DeGrom, we all knew they were going to be good. And now they got Scherzer. Kind of solidifies their pitching staff. They got a pretty good offense as well. But now they await the NLCS winner tonight, Game 7, in that shithole in Philadelphia, where the Filthies will play Game 7, in that first Game 7 in 100 and some odd years, against the Diamondbacks, who have just been surprising this year. And they're one win away from being in the World Series for the first time since 2001. I believe, 2001. Could be wrong on that. I think it's 2001 since the, Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling years, when they beat the Yankees in 7 games. We all remember that series, Yankee fans, don't we? Yes, you do. Bitches. Shouldn't have even got there with that year, with the flip year, Jeter in the flip year against Oakland, and the guy was still safe, because Masada never tagged him. But somehow, the freaking umpires love the Yankees so much. Kissing their ass and sucking their cock. Like everybody else does to me. That's a proven fact. No cap on that, but I digress. But we'll see what happens. Game 7 tonight. Going up against NXT. So I don't know how much NXT's ratings will be, but we'll see. I don't even know Raw's ratings right now, but I know Collision did around 400-something thousand. Battle of the Belts didn't do that great, but still. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's it. Alright, let me get this done quickly. So, I have a lot of time. I got like 2 hours. We got 2 hours and 5 minutes away from NXT. So, I got a lot of time to kill right now. So, I'm going to do this video and then maybe take a quick nap and then get back up right before NXT goes on the air so I can watch it. And just watch it and that's it. We move on with that. Alright, so, like I said, we're from the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas, and our commentary team this week, well, he's back, the GOAT, supposedly, that's Mitchell Cole, and bad news, Reed Bennett. Now I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. And we got that. Alright, so we got a pretty good card. We're still, closing out a chunk of the Raw side of the matches that will happen at Crown Jewel 5 next Saturday. So, Seth Rollins is all ready to defend his World Heavyweight title against Drew McIntyre, who has a match last night against Sami Zayn. The Judgment Day is going to be there. Poppy Priest in the bank, Damian Priest, is going to take on Jey Uso. And a whole lot more on your 3-hour cure for insomnia, and that's Monday Night Raw. And we move on. Alright, so we start off Raw with a long recap of the Judgment Day, the law firm of Finn and Priest regaining the tag team belts from Cody, MDKO Cody, you bitch, and Jey Uso last week to become two-time undisputed tag team champions thanks to Jimmy Uso. And we saw what happened on SmackDown this past Friday, and we're going to see a little bit more than last night. We saw a little bit more, but we got that. Alright, so after that, we get the opening sequence, and we start the show off with, guess who? The Judgment Day, and the law firm of Finn and Priest, the tag team champions. No sign of Dom, no sign of Mommy Rhea Ripley, for now. So anyway, Priest says that the Judgment Day has a lot for us on the show, and then Cody! MDKO Cody! Comes out with a stupid theme song that you all know and love. I did a parody. Issa did a parody. It's all epic and everything. So go watch it on my Metal Guy channel. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, so Cody says, I'm here to talk to the leader of the Judgment Day. But I don't see Mommy. I don't see Mommy Rhea Ripley. I didn't even know she was the leader. Okay. Anyway, so Priesty laughs at him and says, there are people involved in your story who are not here right now. And the story is that Cody failed a lot. He's failed a lot. He's never going to finish that story. Which has him ready to fight. So it's like, I want to fight you tonight. So Priest's like, well, I got a match with Jey Uso later on, but I'll fight you at Crown Jewel 5. How about that, Cody? Cody's like, I accept. But then, guess who comes out? Dominic Garnero Esse and Mommy Rhea Ripley. They come out, but then Jey Uso comes running out, runs over Dom Dom, and then there's a big fight in the ring with Cody, Priest, and Finn. And while that's going on, Jey Uso and Mommy kind of look at each other like up and down, like, And then Dominic takes out Jey. And while in the ring, JD McSucknuts comes in, takes out Cody's knee. Then they go to the outside, and they put Cody's knee/leg up against the steps. And Damian Priest takes a chair, wham! Slams the chair against the leg and the steps. Ow! Cody's screaming in pain. And, well, it looks like he might have a broken shin, a broken ankle, broken foot. Who knows? That's what you get for talking shit there, Cody. But, get another injury angle. Remember when this happened, when his arm got broken by Brock? And then he came back, I think it was at, I forgot what pay-per-view that was, not Payback, it was this summer, I think. And Cody beat him with a broken freaking arm. Sad. So I have a feeling that Cody's gonna beat Damian Priest at a Crown Jewel. Stupid. I hate these injury angles, and that leads to somebody winning. Just let him get injured and be out for like 4 weeks. Who gives a shit? Let him come back and beat him. Well, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Anyway, so Cody's in trouble as we go to break. Cody's still, trying to get out of there. But it is what it is. So that was a little bit of chaos to start the show, and I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we go to our first official match of the evening. We have the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston! They take on the Alpha Academy of Otis and Chad Gable. Oh, thank you! Thank you! Along with the beautiful, respectfully, Maxine Dupree. So, this was a pretty decent match. Starts off really slow, and then, actually, Gable wrestles Woods to the mat. Then starts off quick. Kofi comes in. Pace quickens up a little bit. Gable pulls him out of the air. Sends him to the outside. And then Otis just basically comes in and beats the fuck out of him. Rolls over him because he's fat. As we go to break, we come right back. Kofi brings Xavier in to pick up the pace a little bit more. Then a nice twisting power slam by Xavier Woods gets a near fall on Chad Gable. Goes for the honor roll, and Chad blocks it and Xavier gets pulled into some German suplexes. And then Otis comes in for a bulldog. Goes for the cover. Kofi has to make the save, and then all four men are in the ring. Then we get the Caterpillar by Otis hits Kofi, but Woods is back up. He tries a reverse worm. I never saw that before, but that's different. But Gable pulls him into an ankle lock, which gets broken up, and then Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise on Otis, but then Chad Gable is taken out. Then Xavier Woods hits the Limit Breaker, or Limit Break, really. 1, 2, 3, the New Day get the win over the Alpha Academy in a little over 10 minutes. Match wasn't that bad, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Move on. Alright, we go to the back where we see Indy Hartwell and the lovely Candice LeRae. They're in the back. They're talking about Indy's title match with Becky coming up later. Then we see Becky, the man, Becky Lynch. She's all ready to go to defend her title against Indy and possibly Lyra Valkyria on NXT. And we got that. So we move on with that. Alright, then we get a video looking at the Drew McIntyre Seth Rollins argument from last week. And that leads us to Seth freaking Rollins. Oh! So he comes out, doesn't have a great fit, not for the Men's Warehouse, because when you do go to the Men's Warehouse, some of you might like the way you look. I can almost guarantee that. But some of you really need a makeover. I mean, seriously. Seriously, you might need to go on the Steve Wilkos show, or any show that does makeovers. I mean, Maury used to do that shit. Made people look like freaking trolls, no pun intended, but look like freaking zombies. Look, they make them over and they look like $1 million. I mean, I'm not the prettiest guy in the world, but I still look good. I get all the ladies. But I digress. But anyway, Seth Rollins comes out with a white shirt. Looks like it's like all doused in water. Maybe he's trying out for a wet t-shirt contest. I don't know. But anyway, he runs into Mommy Rhea Ripley in the back. Brings up her meeting with Drew 2 weeks ago. And he says, I have style and a title. Hey, that rhymes. And so clearly, I'm not Drew McIntyre. And then Mommy Rhea Ripley brings up the Judgment Day's history with Seth, which isn't that good, but thinks that he might need their help. So Rollins laughs it all and says, I don't need your help. I'm my own man. So Mommy says, you're gonna need our help if you want to be champion as long as Roman Reigns is champion. Why did you put Roman in the same sentence? But anyway, Rollins says, that's the last thing I want to be, is like Roman. Never defend the title. Yeah, right. Because you're not Roman, and you'll never be Roman there, Seth Rollins. But anyway, Mommy says, that's not a no. So there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But pretty interesting segment, and I give it 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, after that, we go to Indy Hartwell and Candice getting ready for, Indy's match. They're still doing that. I don't know why they had 2 segments, but anyway. So they're talking, in the back somewhere. And then Natalya, of all people, comes in and offers a pep talk, gives Indy some advice. I thought that was going to work. Wishes Indy luck. And then she mentions that her tag team partner, Tegan Nox, is hurt. I wonder how. You beat her up, right, Natalya? You just don't want to tell us. Am I right? Pretty much. Pretty much I'm right. But I digress on that. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to the NXT Women's Championship match. We have the man, Becky Lynch, taking on Indy Hartwell, who comes out with Candice, but then Candice goes to the back to look. Anyway, so it starts out with Indy hitting an early clothesline, but Becky comes right back with a 1905 backslide for a near fall. You don't see many wins with a backslide. Especially in the indie scene, or even in Japan, AEW, or even Ring of Honor, or in Impact, too. But anyway, we get Snake Eyes, and a side slam gives Indy a near fall as we go to an early break. We come right back. Indy hits a top rope elbow, which is a show me an elbow. Ooh, you're raining down from heaven. Ooh, yeah, kick it. No, was it? No, Randy, wasn't you. But it kind of was like you almost, but anyway. Indy gets a near fall on that. Excuse me. Becky's reverse DDT gets a near fall. But a big boot by Indy gets another near fall. So a lot of near falls in this match. Indy goes up top, but gets superplexed back down. Ow. And then Becky tries for the disarmer. It gets blocked. Then Indy with a power bomb for a near fall. Then a spine buster for another near fall. And then she starts getting pissed. Frustration setting in. So Indy pulls her up again, but gets pulled into the disarmer, and Becky wrenches back, and Indy had no other choice but to tap out. So, Becky, the man, retains the NXT Women's Championship with Lyra Valkyria in the audience watching on. So she wins. Match I gave 2.5 out of 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Becky goes right up to Lyra. They tussle. They don't tussle, but they talk a little bit. And we're gonna see tonight what happens with Becky. Defending once again against Lyra Valkyria, her former friend. I wouldn't be surprised if they give the belt to Lyra. I would not be surprised, but you got a certain woman named Jade Cargill looking in the back. So we'll have to see what happens with that tonight. So might be some surprises tonight on night 1 of Halloween Havoc, and possibly night 2 of Halloween Havoc, but we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, then we go to the back where we see, Candice is a little bit upset and not too happy that her best friend, Indy Hartwell, lost to Becky. Then we see Xia Li. We saw her, I think, earlier in the night, maybe, somewhere in the back. I forget where it was. But anyway, Xia Li jumps Indy from behind. No, jumps Candice from behind, lays her out, and then we find out that next week they're going to have a one-on-one match. So Xia Li will take on Candice LeRae. So we see a Xia Li sighting. We're seeing more of her a little bit. At least they're showcasing her. Still, what are they going to do with her, though? If she faces Becky, she's going to lose. Or she faces Lyra, she's going to lose. Most likely. And a lot of people saying that Karen Q, we all know as Wendy Choo Choo. They should just get rid of that Wendy Choo Choo gimmick, bring her back as Mei Ying in Tianxia. So it might be a Tianxia reunion. I mean, Bo is still there. He was on NXT Level Up last week. I thought he was released. Obviously not. So he was just stuck in catering, nothing to do for like a year? Or did he just come back? I don't know. I don't follow NXT Level Up. When they broke up Tianxia, I was like, oh, that was it. I thought all of them were going to get released. Obviously not, because Xia Li went up to the main roster to basically do nothing. Karen Q became Wendy Choo Choo, had a feud with Tiffany, and then that was it. She got hurt from the NXT, from Blair Davenport, that whole situation with NXT, that hooded figure was Blair Davenport. We haven't seen her in months. Same with Sol Ruka. I mean, we got Stevie Turner back, so that's pretty damn nice. And that's that. But all in all, I hope we get either Karen Q as herself or Mei Ying. And if we do see a Tianxia reunion on the main roster, do it right this time. Do it right. But knowing WWE, they'll fuck it up somehow. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And we're gonna move on with that. Alright, so Xia Li and Candice LeRae next week on Monday Night Raw. And we move on. Alright, there we go. I believe this is into, Adam Pearce's office, the GM of Monday Night Raw. She's talking to a couple of security guards about the Fatal 5-Way contract signing coming up. And then Nick Aldis comes in, the GM of SmackDown. He comes in to apologize for what happened on SmackDown this past Friday night when he kicked him and Jay Uso out the building. She's like, I don't mean no harm. All I want is friendly competition. SmackDown being the best brand on TV. Basically kissing ass. Then Adam Pearce's like, I can go with that. Want friendly competition? Great. Let's do it. So he offers to let Aldis stay in the arena. But once I leave, but once you leave, but anyway, I messed that up. So he tells Aldis, you can stay for a little while, and then he's like, all right, we'll see what's going on. Then he leaves, and then a referee comes in and says, I think we're going to have to double security. Oh boy. So we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, we go to break, we come back. Adam Pearce, I don't know how he got to the ring that quick, but goes to the ring for the Fatal 5-Way match for the Raw Women's Championship, the contract signing. So we got Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, and Zoe Stark. They all come out, and they sign the contract. Then Mommy Rhea Ripley comes out last and complains that Adam Pearce is making her life a living nightmare. Well, you should be used to that, because you're a dark character. But I digress. Not that it matters, because she's going to retain the title anyway. And then, anyway, sorry about that. And then Nia doesn't buy that. Rhea stays on the apron, accusing Rhea of wanting her to squash the other competitors just for her. Well, you think? So then Nia starts insulting Raquel Rodriguez, and then we get a big cat fight with all 4 women in the ring, and Rhea Ripley is just standing there like, and she's laughing like, hey, this is gonna be too easy. And that's it. Then we see Nia hit a Samoan drop on Raquel Rodriguez, laying her out. So we shall see what happens with that. Let me move on. So I get that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the back where we have Akira Tozawa in his Alpha Academy gear. So I guess he's the honorary member of the Alpha Academy. He's there with Bronson Reed, who's talking to Imperium, Fabian Aichner, and Marcel Barthel. So then they kind of leave because Bronson was saying, "Oh, I want you to tell your boy Walter that he gave me a good match." And then I think Marcel was like, "Why don't you go tell him yourself?" So then they kind of leave, and then Bronson stays there. Akira Tozawa comes in. He starts chopping Bronson. I'm like, are you nuts? Do you have a death wish, Akira? Holy shit. Starts chopping him until he gets a match with Bronson. So we're going to get Akira Tozawa's funeral tonight. Later on. So we got all that. And we move on with that. And that's it. Alright, we move on. Alright. Alright. And then we see Maxime Dupree come in to ask if he's nuts. I think he is. But Tozawa still wants to go through with it. So, go figure that one out. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. We move on. Alright, then we go back to the ring with our quickie match, a 2.5 minute suckfest. We have Johnny Gargano, taking on Fabian Aichner with Marcel Barthel at ringside, or we'll say it, Ludwig Kaiser. So this match lasted 2.5 minutes. We get an early backbreaker, puts Gargano down, but not to worry. We go to split screen for a preview for an upcoming, it was 18 seconds in, we go to picture-in-picture to showcase the new Friday Night at Freddy's movie based on the game. I'm like, 18 seconds you do that? You couldn't wait at least 3 minutes? I shouldn't even say who is producing this shit. We all know who it is. Kevin Dumb. Because he's dumb. Fucking idiot. But anyway, we come back from that. Fabian Aichner stays on Gargano until a super kick knocks Aichner down. Gargano gets a little bit of a breather, and then Marcel Barthel goes for a distraction. But then the Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa comes out and cuts him off. Then Gargano hits one final beat. 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy win for Gargano. At least he got a win finally. So he wins in 2.5 minutes. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. So, Gargano gets the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, then we go to a promo from Shinsuke Nakamura. I can't even do the thing, but anyway. So Shinsuke does a Japanese-style promo once again with the subtitles. And this time, he's talking about Ricochet beating his ass, getting over Seth and everything. So he wants a better opponent to set his inner self free. So I don't know what that means and who he's gonna be, but we'll have to see what happens in the next coming weeks. And that's that. Let me move on. Yeah, so we get all that. We move on. That's it. Alright, after that we get Logan Paul, that idiot, comes out for a chat, brags about beating up a boxer earlier this month that, Dylan, whatever his name is, brags about that. And then Dominic Guerrero Isse comes out, the piped in booze, and even though they're real booze, he was drowning them out. I couldn't even hear him. But eventually, what we could hear, he says that he can't wait to see Logan beat up his deadbeat dad at Crown Jewel for the United States title. So Logan says, we got a lot in common because we overcame the odds, and the fans basically boom out the building. And then Logan's like, wait, I got one more thing to do. He says, I can't wait to be your new United States champion. But for now, I'm going to invite Samantha Irvin, the ring announcer, into the ring to announce him as the champ. She reluctantly gets in the ring, and then Logan's like, come on, announce me as the new champ. And then freaking Samantha's like, I'm not doing it. Fuck you, I'm not doing it. And then Ricochet, her hubby-to-be, Ricochet comes in and then takes Dom and Logan Paul out. And that's basically it. Tries for the 450 on Dom, and then Logan pulled him out. So, that's 630, I think it was, not the 450. Maybe it was 450 or 630, whatever it was. So the villains escape, and Ricochet stands tall, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens with that situation. We got Ricochet and Dom next week. I don't think it's for the title, for the North American title, but we'll see what happens with that on the Halloween Eve edition of Monday Night Raw. And we get that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. We move on. Alright, then we go to another quickie match. A women's tag team match, not for the titles. We have Piper Niven, or Doudrop, and Chelsea Green. They take on Natalya and a mystery partner. And that is the crazy lunatic Nikki Cross. I guess they found her again in catering. She's probably stuck behind the refrigerator. I don't know. But anyway, so Nikki comes out, looks serious about, I guess wanted to do the match. It looks like she's in a trance. And basically, she just stood on the apron, did nothing, and then left. Okay. Why did you even come out? Anyway, so it starts with Natalya rolling up Chelsea for a near fall to start. And basically, Nikki Cross didn't do nothing. She didn't get the tag in. She's basically catatonic. She's in a trance. It's like, did she get hit by Bray Wyatt or something like that? No offense to Bray Wyatt, but she looks like, maybe, she's in a trance like Bray Wyatt put her in a trance from the dead or something like that. But anyway, Nikki then drops to the floor. She walks out. Natalya's like, where you going? And she has to fight Piper and Chelsea Green 2-on-1. Well, 1-on-2. Natalya fights back, but wasn't enough as Piper comes in and basically squashes her with a basement cross body. 1, 2, 3, in a little over 3 minutes. Did I say over 3 minutes? Pretty much I did. And this match mercifully ends. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. And we move on. Alright, then we're going to look back at Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre not getting along last week. So we got that match coming up in just a few seconds. But before we get to the 10 o'clock hour, and we have The Miz, still complaining to Adam Pearce about how Nick Aldis might appreciate him more because Miz is not getting any TV time or any amount of TV time. Basically getting like 2 minutes, basically. Sucks, be The Miz, But anyway, he's arguing. He says, I'm the most must-see person on this roster, whatever he says, blah, blah, blah. And then Mommy Rhea Ripley comes in, signs the contract for her match at Crown Jewel, defending against 4 other women. So she signs it, and then she leaves, and then Miz is still upset. He's like, and he's like, well, I guess the segment's over. So he's still complaining. And then she keeps the pen, goes down the hall, runs into Dom, who's kind of banged up from the fight early in the night with Jay and Cody and everybody else, blah, blah, blah. So Mommy's like consoling him, rubbing his cheek and everything, grabbing his nutsack. I don't know. I don't know. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go back to the ring with a pretty good match. We have Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. This was a pretty good match. Starts out with a feeling out process. Not like that. To start, Sami takes him into the corner and starts chopping away at the big Scottish redwood, if you will. And then he's starting fast and furious. They go to the floor really quickly. Sami hits a moonsault off of the barricade, as Drew really can't get out of the blocks to start. They go back in. Drew finally takes over with a basic suplex, but Sami sends him right back outside. Then goes for a slingshot dive. Drew picks him out of the air and then sends him over the announcer's table. Ow! Did I hit Michael Cole? Damn! But it is what it is. As we go to break, we come back. Sami knocks Drew to the floor, so we're getting a lot of action on the outside of the ring. So he knocks him to the floor for a big running flippy dibbity doo. The fans are like, Sami! Sami! Come on, Sami! Then a sunset flip bomb gives Sami a near fall. But Drew comes right back with a Glasgow Kiss headbutt. Ow. He loads up for the Claymore, but he took too long. And, Sami hits him in the ribs, and Drew's, like, grabbing at his rib cage. It might be a little bit banged up. So now Sami to grab the Blue Thunder Bomb, and he's only won twice with that. But this time, once again, he gets a near fall out of that. Sami tries for the Exploder. Can't hit it, so Drew snaps off some belly-to-belly suplexes. And then a neck breaker. Drops Sami again. But then we see Mommy Rhea Ripley walk down to the ring, smiling, Hi, Drew. Which allows Sami to get a near fall on the distraction. Then he hits the Exploder. And he's trying for the hell of a kick. But the distraction by Mommy led to Drew basically kicking Sami's head off with the Claymore kick. And he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and just under 15 minutes, Drew McIntyre gets the win. And we get that. Now, a lot of people saying that Drew might join the Judgment Day. I think him or Seth joins the Judgment Day. It kind of works out, I guess. But we'll see what happens with that. So, match was pretty good. Not a banger per se, but pretty damn good. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And we will move on. Alright, then we go to the back where we have the resident party girls, Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. They're there, they're talking to Nick Aldis in the back. They're wearing blue. Are they going to SmackDown? Stay tuned. But anyway, Adam Pearce comes in, takes issue with that, tells the ladies to leave. That's not nice. And then he tells Nick Aldis, maybe you should leave too. So he leaves, and then we see Nikki Cross still in her trance, just like walking in front of Adam Pearce, and Pearce is like, man, I need a drink. Yeah, I think you need a stiff drink there, Adam Pearce. But I digress on that. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that segment 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, after that, we go to the funeral of Akira Tozawa, as he takes on Big Bronson Reed with Maxine Dupree. Just outside the ring, looking pretty. And basically, Tozawa tried his best. He tried for a waist lock, that didn't help. And then, basically, Bronson plants him, hits a backsplash, then he goes up top, and it's Tsunami! 1, 2, 3, and 2.5 minutes. Good night, Akira Tozawa. Bronson Reed wins a squash match, which I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that was it. And then after the break, we see them in the back with the New Day and the Alpha Academy. Maxine's there too. Akira gets the Dallas Cowboys title belt. For what reason, I don't know. And then the New Day are there with Gargano and Ciampa DIY. They come in, they cheer him on as he starts doing the Muscle Man dance. Pick up your pants. Do the Muscle Man dance. Not as hilarious as last week, but still. It is what it is. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright. So then we go to our next segment. We see Drew McIntyre in the back. And then Seth freaking Rollins comes in, starts mocking him for joining the Judgment Day and getting his win over Sami, which really he hasn't joined yet. And then both of them kind of come to an agreement and say, we don't need the Judgment Day to win. Let's just have a one-on-one straight-up match. Are we going to get that? Probably not. But we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, there we get a rundown of what's going to happen next week on the Halloween Eve edition of Monday Night Raw. And that's it. I'm not going to run it down because I don't have to. I mean, we are going to see Candice LeRae and Xia Li and some other stuff going on the show. That's the go-home show before Crown Jewel 5 next Saturday afternoon, beginning at 1 p.m. from that shithole country of Saudi Arabia. And don't worry, don't forget your Crown Jewel predictions coming next Friday afternoon over on the Shadows Lair 2.0 channel, episode number 11. So get ready for that. Let me move on. Alright, then we go to your main event of the evening. Jey Uso taking on Poppy Priest in the Bank. Damian Priest comes out by himself. Pretty good match. The ending was so predictable. But anyway, it's also with Priesty slugging away. The star gets knocked to the floor. We go to an early break. Another early break. Anyway, come back. Priesty hits a running elbow in the corner. Plants Jey with a broken arrow for a near fall. I think that's the Les Ramon Chico. He raised his age. And then Jey slugs his way out of trouble. Hits a high cross body for a near fall. But that doesn't really work for Priesty, who turns him inside out 360 with a clothesline. But then Jey comes back with a Samoan drop to the floor. Ow! Then he goes for a dive that doesn't work as Priest grabs him, hits the downward spiral on the announcer's table. Ow! Oof. Brutal. They go back in, then we get another swinging downward spiral. Gives Poppy Priest a near fall, so he loads up for the Les Alamo, Les Chico. That gets broken up, and then Jimmy hits a super kick, but then Fiend Balor comes out for the distraction, which leads to Poppy Priest hitting South of Heaven by Slayer! Fucking Slayer! And goes to cover 1, 2, 3. We got a semi-clean pin. So Priest wins in under 12 minutes. Match was okay. Give it 3 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, the chaos happens. I get a 2-on-1 beatdown on Jey. And then we see Cody Rhodes basically limping to the ring on his bad leg. And he comes out for the save with a chair. I mean, really didn't do much. But still, so predictable. So predictable. So we get that. So that ends Monday Night Raw. And that's pretty much it. So Raw was like this. Wasn't great. So back to the, had a couple of great shows the last week or two. But this week, last night I should say, not so much, Al. Not so much. Wasn't that great. So, all in all, I gave Raw 6.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comments section. Or you can do your own video if you wish. I don't give a shit. But stick that thumb straight up everybody else's woo-ha. And hit the subscribe button on this channel, my only channel. Show me your love and support. Also, follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You gotta be real. If you're not, you're getting blocked. And if you don't like that, well, fuck you, man. That's it. Share the video all over the internet. And most importantly, tap that fucking bell. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm about to lose my voice. I need a drinky drink for a second. Alright, we got that. Alright, everybody. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go get ready for NXT in about a little under an hour and a half. So, I'm gonna get ready for Halloween Havoc Night 1. Should be a good show. New Year's Day, this great woman is gonna sing her ass off tonight, and you're gonna like it. I can't wait for that, man. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped tonight for that. That's basically all I'm watching NXT for is for Ash Costello. That's it, my sweetheart. And that's pretty much it. So it should be a good night of action tonight, and I will be back later tonight over on my Peter Joseph channel. So the link to the channel is down below. So hit the bell so when that video does go up later tonight, you will be the first one to see it. Or if not, watch it tomorrow. Or whenever you do watch it. But that's pretty much it. So, 2 videos on your 2 for Tuesday. So, coming up later tonight, over on the Peter Joseph channel. So, subscribe, and watch now. And that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cocoot. And if you're not down with that, we're a bunch of pussies. And, yeah, stay jealous, stay obsessed, because that's all you can do. You failed. You will keep failing. So, blow me, go fuck yourselves, and rot in hell, you sons of bitches. Because I'm not going anywhere, and you're pretty much gonna be in a lot of trouble pretty soon. And that's pretty much it. So, keep doing what you're doing, being jealous little pricks with tiny little dicks. And that's pretty much it. Because you can't scare us, you can't do anything with your little garbage, freaking illegal acts that you do. You need to be put in jail, and you will be put in jail. And that's pretty much it. So, you don't like it? Too fucking bad. Because you're not going to come do it yourself. So, fuck you. And that's all I got to say about that. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, Peter Joseph signing off. Like I said, peace out, rock on and rock on with your cock out. And if you're not down with that, me and a whole ton of people that are better than you, and you know it, baby, we all got 3 of the greatest words in the history of this sport, and in life itself. You're not down with us, we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! And you will acknowledge us. Just remember that. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. But until then, adios. Peace, bitches.